ice city of northeastern China, a city world-renowned for its ice palaces and enchanting winter sculptures. But in early September, ice was no longer a symbol of beauty. It became a weapon of destruction. For 48 hours, Heilongjiang province was struck by an unprecedented meteorological phenomenon, a supercell hailstorm. Not simple pellets of ice, but projectiles the size of grapefruits, even melons, raining down with apocalyptic fury. The noise was indescribable. Shattered glass, roofs torn apart, walls fractured. Under the deluge, Harbin turned into a battlefield. On the famous central street, with its century-old European facades, windows burst like crystals smashing against stone. The city's icon, Street Sophia Cathedral, was gutted. Its domes, once proud and majestic, now bore the deep scars carved by ice. The grounds of the International Ice Sculpture Festival, usually lit by hundreds of magical structures, had become a graveyard of twisted steel and dangling electrical wires. In the industrial zones, warehouses collapsed one after another. Cars, parked by the thousands, were reduced to dented wrecks. The Harbin-Beijing railway line, vital for the country, saw its trains pulverized, wagons shredded by hail.
Holy shit, man. It's broken some siding on people's houses.
Oh, that means ours is.
Probably, yeah. You went right through our pantry, yeah?
Yeah. Fuck, come on, big hill and
At nightfall, Harbin looked like a city at war. The streets were unrecognizable, buried beneath a 60-centimeter layer of jagged ice. Taiping International Airport was devastated. Hangars collapsed, runways pocked with craters, more than 100 flights canceled. High-speed rail service was suspended. Tunnels were swallowed by a mix of icy water and debris. 3.5 million residents were plunged into darkness. Power lines crumpled, sparking in the night like cursed fireworks. The official numbers are chilling. 940 confirmed dead. Over 6,000 700 injured, 1,400 missing. In total, 8.6 million people affected, 1/3 of the province's population. Hospitals overwhelmed, improvised emergency rooms in collapsed gymnasiums. Doctors, their hands covered in blood, operated by the light of headlamps. Economic losses exceeded $31 billion, a record in the modern history of China's climate disasters. And yet, even in the heart of hell, humanity shone through. In buried neighborhoods, volunteers dug paths with shovels, freeing families trapped under blocks of ice. Firefighters pulled survivors from collapsed tram stations. Where houses had been reduced to rubble, residents lit makeshift fires. They shared bread, rice, sometimes just a simple thermos of hot tea. Strangers became brothers in the frozen night. An elderly man, rescued from a collapsed house, whispered to the cameras, "The ice broke our walls, but not our hearts."
Có cái coi như kìa.
On the 4th of September, Harbin was no longer the same. Its monuments scarred, its industries silenced, its fields erased into mud and ice. And yet, from the silence rose a promise. Even when the sky rains down its deadliest weapons, the human spirit cannot be broken. Harbin, the ice city, will rise again. Its people will rebuild their homes, their streets, their fields. For if ice can fall from the heavens, warmth always rises from the human heart. Thank you for watching Storm and Landslide, the channel that reveals the truth behind nature's fury.